All right, what is up, awesome people of YouTube? I am back with another video, and today I'm going to talk about Aneesah Morrow. So we all know that she has entered the transfer portal. She entered the transfer portal a couple weeks ago. She was previously at DePaul University in Chicago, a school that is that is not known for their women's basketball at all, really. Probably besides Allie Quigley. And she basically just wanted to leave for more publicity and more NIL potential. She is a dynamic player, one of the top players in the entire NCAA in terms of points per game and rebounds per game. She's dynamic, and it was kind of like she was under a basket a little bit playing at DePaul just because no one's checking for DePaul. I think she's leaving because of NIL, and I have to say I really like the way that she's handling the transfer portal. She announced her top 3 picks. It feels like it's a decision all over again, in terms of picking a school and making it public and kind of making a big spectacle about it, kind of hyping it up a little bit. And so she put on Twitter a photo, and let's take a look at that photo right now. She says top 3. So we have the University of Southern California, we have LSU, and we have South Carolina. In this video, I want to go through each of these teams very, very briefly and what I think Aneesah Morrow can do for them and what they can do for her. But before I continue, please just take a moment and like this video, and please subscribe. We are on our road to 2,000 subscribers, so please help us get there. Again, please like and subscribe if you like more, if you want to see more women's basketball content. All right, let's get into it. So the first one on that list, going left to right, I'm sure it's not any particular order, is the University of Southern California. So USC is not, recently, it hasn't really been a basketball powerhouse. But they are on the rise. They have an amazing freshman class, led by the number 1 incoming freshman, Juju Watkins. Juju Watkins is a guard, and she's just flat out phenomenal. Look at some of her stuff on social, and you can look at some videos and whatnot. You can see how good she is. She's a great point guard, and what I am interested in is to see Juju and Aneesah Morrow can really work out a guard to post play. Like, I just think, I think they would be a good combo. I really do. I think if Aneesah Morrow goes to University of Southern California, it's in California, so I'm sure she'd love the weather. In terms of like the team itself, yes, they are a team on the rise, but they haven't arrived yet, which means that she doesn't get as much national TV time. Of course, there's more spotlight on her at University of Southern California than there ever was at DePaul. So she has that going for her, but it doesn't. Her going to Southern California, it doesn't maximize her publicity and NIL potential. Which is why I think that's sort of a downside. She would, of course, bring great rebounding and, lots of offensive power to this team. But ultimately, I'm not sure that it really serves her for her future in terms of like NIL and also in terms of preparing her to go to the WNBA. USC is arriving, but they have not arrived yet in terms of women's basketball, and so it's on her top 3. But my assumption is it's probably the 3rd. But we never know. All right, and so that's my thoughts about her possibly going to the University of Southern California. She also has on this list South Carolina. And I know the Gamecocks fans have been going crazy on Twitter, so excited about Aneesah Morrow possibly going to play for Dawn Staley. And I would say in terms of what Aneesah Morrow can give this team, again, I think she can get some great scoring, some solid defense, and just be an all-around complement to what this team has to offer. I do think that if she goes to South Carolina, I think that Dawn and the rest of the coaching staff will be able to help transform Aneesah Morrow into more than just a post player. So for DePaul, she was primarily a post player. Last year, she did shoot some threes, but primarily a post player. Aneesah Morrow is only 6'1". And so this is assuming that she wants to have a possible career in the WNBA. I think she needs to move to a small forward. Like I don't think I think it's very unlikely that she'll be able to make it and get a high draft pick in the WNBA as a power forward / center. Like she's too short, you know? And so I think if she's able to go to South Carolina, Dawn Staley and the other coaches will be able to help move her into more of a Bree Beal type player that has a lot of offensive firepower. And so, yeah, those are my thoughts. I think of all these teams, South Carolina is probably her best choice in terms of player development and also in terms of, well, not in terms of NIL, but she would definitely get way more NIL money than she would at the University of Southern California. All right, finally, she has on this list LSU. I mean, I just said Kim Mulkey has been working this offseason. This transfer portal, she has been working and trying to get some players. It seems very likely that LSU has Haley Van Lith in the bag in terms of a transfer. And if they were able to have Aneesah Morrow, that's just huge. That's a big deal. And would be a very, very fun team to watch. You'd have a team of stars, and LSU would really be the first super team in this new generation of transfer portal madness. You'd have Haley Van Lith, Flau'jae Johnson, Angel Reese, Aneesah Morrow. Like, come on. I think if Aneesah Morrow does go to LSU, I think she'd be probably put in the power forward position, kind of, and then Angel Reese would probably be more of a center, just because I see Flau'jae as more of a or maybe Haley Van Lith would be the point guard. Flau'jae possibly will be a shooting guard, though I see her more as a small forward than a shooting guard. And I guess they could put Aneesah Morrow as the small forward, but then it'd be a hole basically for LSU in the center position. So I think they'd have to make Aneesah Morrow into a power forward, which serves her great because she'll, play. Also, it's great for LSU. She'd be able to get a lot of rebounds. Like, she's just, as I mentioned in my last video, like, she reminds me a lot of Angel Reese, where someone who just can tell how the ball is going to hit the rim so they can get in position for a rebound. So, like, rebounding, she'd be excellent. For LSU, she'd be able to score a lot of points. But I don't think it really serves her for a future in the WNBA going to LSU, just because she just can't really be a power forward in the WNBA. She's too short. Or I guess she could, but it'll be very difficult. But in terms of NIL money, I see LSU as the best option for her. LSU is riding high. You have a team of huge personalities. Lots of dollars is going to LSU women's basketball players. You have Angel Reese, who I think is like leading the country in terms of NIL money, like well over $1 million that she's getting in NIL money. You have Flau'jae Johnson, who's like a rapper and a mini mogul in the making, who's just making a lot of money. You also have possibly Haley Van Lith going to LSU. So again, a lot of money is pouring into LSU basketball, women's basketball. And so I think if she's looking to, if Aneesah Morrow is looking to maximize the possible money that she could make in college, her best bet is probably LSU. But those are my thoughts. We will find out, in the maybe coming weeks, what Aneesah Morrow chooses, what school she decides to go to. And when that happens, I'll make sure to make another video about it. But in the meantime, let me know. What do you think? Do you think that Aneesah Morrow is going to go to, University of Southern California? Do you think she's going to go to LSU? Do you think she's going to go to South Carolina? Where do you think she's going? And also, what do you think in terms of the schools that give her the best NIL potential in college, and also the schools that can possibly help her the most when it comes to possibly going to the WNBA? Let me know your thoughts below. I'll make sure to try to read every single comment and comment to as many as I possibly can. Thanks so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye.